What's up, everybody? Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Cam. It's your co-host, Gavin Sears, and we're here with the head baseball coach, Coach Jared Jones. Coach Jones, what was it like coming into a completely new program as a first-year head coach?
It was exciting being a first-year head coach. You get you're now in charge. You have all the responsibility. So there was some anxiousness, obviously. Moving my family 2 hours away from my immediate family, from 2 hours away, and just newlywed. So it was anxious, but also excited to lead, meet new people, and do what I love and coach baseball. So it's very exciting, but also, like I said, very anxious.
Yeah. I could see that. You know, that's what I want to do when I get older. So I mean, it's I could definitely see how that's going from a secondary role to a primary role. Kinda is you feel like you have a lot on your plate. So in your first year, you had a big first year here at Banks County. Won the first region championship in over 50 years in baseball. How was that?
It was exciting, very exciting. I had never won a region championship in baseball. Period. We had a lot of success at the former programs I've been at. That was last year was my 8th year coaching. I had made the playoffs all 7 years prior, but I had never won a region championship. Got a lot of second places. Made it to the Final Four 1 year without winning the region. The team who beat us in region actually won state. So we played a lot of good competition, but I had never won a region, so that was really exciting, especially in year one. Set the bar really high, so now we got to continue it, keep all the guys ready, and now we know what our expectations are. But winning region is not easy. Winning's not easy, but we got a good coaching staff, good players, and that always helps.
So I've talked to you previously before this interview, and you've had 3 goals as a first-year head coach when you come in last year. One was to win region. The second one was to have over 20 wins, and as a team, and then the third was a state championship. You had 2 of those last year. How was that?
You always want to set your goals high. I did. I think we would come in and win region year one. No, I didn't, but our guys worked hard, bought in, and I felt like we had a tough region, and we fought, battled our way through it, and came out on top. Winning 20 games, like I said, winning's not easy, no matter who you play. I mean, winning's hard. That's why you see some of the top guys have a lot of wins, and they're at the top for a reason, because winning is hard. And then state championship, you always want to set. That's the goal for every school in the state every year, is to win state. You get 6 or 7, however many classifications there are each year. There's only that many happy schools every year, so that's everybody's goal. And if you're not in it to win it, then what are you doing it for? You know?
Yes, sir. And also, just we as a team won region, but we also won something else. We won region field of the year too. How do you take pride in the field every year, and what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, you have facilities, you have people who work hard to give you what you have. Like I said, this is my 3rd school, and this is by far the nicest facilities I have. So we've got an indoor. I've never had an indoor. We've got brick dugouts, a nice wall, nice fence. So you really want to take pride in it. It's something that it's a reflection on me. It's a reflection on the school. It's a reflection on the players, and how hard they work to keep the field nice, how hard our coaching staff works to make sure everything's right. And when people come there, they remember, like, hey, that was one of the nicer fields I played on every year. And that's something I like to do, and it's good to look at too when you got a nice, pretty cut striped grass and clean edges and drug dirt and all that. It's something that you can take pride in.
That's right. There's nothing like it for sure, playing baseball on a pretty field. Now that we've been talking about pretty much everything from last year so far. So getting into this coming up here, baseball tryouts were yesterday. what is your expectations for this upcoming year?
We just set high expectations again. I mean, we won region, so obviously we want to win region again. Set us up for the best chance to make a deep playoff run with the new power rankings. Non-region means a little bit more this year, so we hit the ground running quick. We start off with a scrimmage next week, and then right after that, we're playing. We got 9 non-region games, 21 region games, so it's a packed schedule. Packed non-region schedule goes pretty quick. So expectations are to win region again and make a deep playoff run, set us up as the best seed as possible. Last year we hosted 2 rounds. You obviously want to host, so with familiarity and people coming to you. But that's the goal every year, is to win region and set yourself up for the best spot to make a deep playoff run.
So as a first year head coach, last year you had to deal with something a little bit out of the ordinary, I guess you could say. Your wife actually had y'all's daughter in the middle of a pretty big region series. Yep. How was that like?
Well, I knew when we found out she was pregnant that it was her due date was on a region series, and so I was kind of doing math in my head, like, oh goodness, let's see how it's going to be, and then she had a couple of little complications, and she went to a doctor, and they said, well, you're having the baby next week, so it came on real quick. I wasn't prepared for 2 weeks earlier, in the midst of my first year head coaching baseball season at a new place. New doctors that we've never seen and things like that. So everything was new to us. And so when we were told 2 weeks, that was like, it just expedited everything. So I got good coaches on staff that I trust, and I knew that we would be in good hands if I had to miss extended time. So that's one thing that I'm very thankful for, is that I had coaches on staff that said, hey, miss as much time as you want. Which obviously I didn't want to miss hardly any time. I think she was born on a Friday. We went in on Wednesday night. I think I practiced Wednesday, missed Thursday, missed the game Friday, or the doubleheader Friday, and then I was back at practice Monday. So it went back pretty quick because we were in the heat of a region series. I know we needed to sweep East Jackson to set us up to potentially win region. So that was also very exciting. Sitting in the hospital, she was born at 4:38, and we started at 5, a doubleheader at 5. So in the recovery room, I'm watching Game Changer, watching our live Game Changer. I'm texting the coaches like, hey, what are we thinking here? Just trying to keep everything on track. It's not that I didn't trust him. I just wanted obviously, I'm the head coach, I want my hands in everything. Yeah. I'll never forget, I saw Judd was pitching game 1. He was at like 85 pitches, and then I see Gavin come in. I'm like, Gavin's supposed to be starting game 2. We got to win the dang series. So I called him, and they're like, Judd's done. I was like, well, Gavin's going to have to start game 2 too, see how far he can go. And luckily our offense showed out in game 2. So
yeah, and so your daughter that was born obviously makes you a girl dad.
Yeah.
How is that? And how I've always heard men say they have sons, but there's nothing like a daughter and a father. How can you explain that and it being your first child?
Man, it's awesome. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I come home every day, late nights at practice, and she's got a smile on her face saying, Dad, Dad is her first words, and she loves me, and I love her. I don't have a son yet, so I don't know what a father-son relationship's like, but my father-daughter relationship's pretty good. She's my whole world. I'll do anything for her, so love her to death. And it's her and my wife make sacrifices as a coach's wife and a coach's family. I mean, I'm with other parents' kids more than I'm with my kids, so that's a sacrifice that coaches make, and that my wife has to do a lot of things at home to take care of the family. And never appreciate that enough.
That was my next thing. Is I was going to ask you how it's like having to balance the father, husband, and head coach type deal, because it takes a special lady to marry a coach of any sport, football, baseball, any varsity head coach. It really takes a special lady. So what is that like for her and your daughter?
Oh, it's a challenge. You got to do the best you can to balance everything. Like I said, I'm with a lot of other kids more than I am with my own kid, especially at a young age. She doesn't quite understand that my dad's leaving, but you go to work every day and you put your head down and do what you can. And I got to be best for the 30 kids I got at school, and then go home and do as best I can with her. It's a tough balance, and it takes my wife's strong with it, and she does the best she can and does a really good job with it. And it's even more of a challenge that we don't have family near. So we knew that when we moved here that it was going to be a challenge. So she's taking that head on, and she's a great mama to our baby.
So now we're starting to we've done talked about the past, and we've kind of talked about the present. So kind of going with the future, what is going to be kind of your motto for the years to come to keep this program competing for region championships and even state championships?
Well, we talked about family a lot. I mean, our team, that's one thing, how we break it down every day is family, and I think that's very important. I want every player to know that I love them and I care about them. Even if you fail on the field, that it's okay. I still love you. And let kids know that, like, if they know that you love them, you know that they care. They know that you care about them. Then it's easy to coach them, because they know even when you're hard on them that you still care about them. You're doing it for them. Just know that I got their back at all times. I think that's the best way to build a program, is just know that you care about them, and they'll do anything for you if they know you care about them. So,
heck yeah,
I think that's huge.
I agree. Well, now that we've kind of got all that out of the way, we as hosts want to hear some stories about. Do you have any like cool stories about your high school career when you were in our shoes as baseball players? Your walk-up song, your favorite memories, that kind of stuff?
I do remember a couple of my walk-up songs. I think my junior year it was "We Ready" by B.O.B. and Future.
Oh yeah.
That was my junior year, and then my senior year was "Centuries."
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who sings it, but that was my senior year. And I had all my greatest memories are baseball. I mean, all my best friends, the guys who stood beside me in my wedding, were guys that I met playing baseball. It's a lot of camaraderie in the sport. You cannot win a baseball game by yourself. You got to have 8 other guys with you that are balled in. So I've met my best friends throughout high school and my younger days playing baseball, and baseball has been my whole life. So I think that's very important to let people know, like, you're going to meet your best friends in baseball. Some stories about high school. I played at Eastside High School, where I also coached for 6 years. My senior year, we were a pretty good team. We went to the playoffs, and we're playing in a tight playoff series. I think we lost game 1 really close by 1 run. And then game 2, it's a funny story. I led off the game with a triple. I got to third base, and I knew it. I completely missed second base, and the other coach saw it. So then they appealed it, and I got called out, and I'm walking off the field. And this is obviously, I would get upset if one of my players did it, but I took my helmet off and I said something to the umpire that I probably shouldn't have said, and he gave me a warning. So we're getting late in the game, and it's still another tight game. It's a close series, and I had another play at first base. It was a bang play. They called me out. and I'm running off my field, and my brother's running into right field, and I have a twin brother, and he mumbled something to the umpire, and the umpire said, "I already gave you a warning," and threw my brother out because he didn't know that there was two of us.
Yeah.
So he threw my twin brother out because he thought that he had already gave him a warning, but he gave me a warning.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, the last out of the game was my brother's spot. We had a freshman that had to be in that role, and it was the last out of the game. We lost that series, but that's one of my funner memories of playing.
That would be tragic. That would definitely be tragic. Speaking of players not doing that, I thought I was going to get tossed last year during the Athens Academy series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I was got in a pickle between second and third, and I was running. He picked off to second, so I took off to third. He threw it to third, and I was running back to second, and I didn't see him throw the ball, so I just put my head down and started running back. Well, I completely ran over the shortstop, and he got up like he was going to do something and all that good stuff, but he didn't. So we were good. Nobody got thrown out. I got a warning, but it was all good.
Yeah, that was a crazy series on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Because due to rain, it's supposed to be. We had different umpires, all that stuff. That was a crazy series.
It was. So, one final and last question for today. What's your favorite song?
I don't know if I have a favorite song. I listen to a lot of late 90s rock, early 2000s rock, stuff like that. But I'll listen to any genre. I mean, y'all hear what if y'all playing something in the locker room or something like that, I can kind of listen to anything. But if I'm going down the road, I'm probably turning on an early 2000s or late 90s rock playlist, something like that. That kind of that's what I listen to the most probably.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks for watching. That wraps up our episode of Coach's Corner. I'm Cam.
I'm Gavin.
And this is Coach Jones. See you next time.